I would want Nithin to sort of comment about how he looks at work-life balance as a founder, and how has it been for you, Nithin, from bootstrapping to now where you are. How has it been managing personal life, social life, and is there anything from your sort of playbook you'd like to share with us, how we should look at the founder's life scaling up startups? And if I can ask a second question, how do you keep the fire in the belly and the madness going? Obviously, once you reach a certain level of success, how do you think about your next 10 years, 20 years? What excites you? And in your specific context, what are things that gives you sleepless nights even today, from an excitement factor to go build this for India or for whatever, your vision is. So maybe just share a little bit on that as well.
Thanks
for the opportunity.
Yeah. The work, like kind of balance, work-life balance. I mean, so the thing is, I got very lucky to find my wife when I was working in a call center. So I was really at my lowest point of my life. So, I accidentally ended up underselling to her as well. So she didn't really have.
Seems like a constant theme in your life.
So she didn't, really have large expectations out of me, and so she's been very key in this journey, as in at the background, right? Because so we had like a long distance marriage for a while. So she was working in Singapore Airlines as a crew. So she came back in 2012-13, and she's part of the business. So she doesn't really interfere as much, so she gives me my space, and I don't know if I do enough in the relationship to give back, but she's been quite okay with that. I personally, like one of the things I'm also very passionate about is sports, and for me, really, I think like some of the, like our business have had issues, right? It's not like, it's not as rosy as I'm making it out to be, but, so we've had like a lot of volatile times. And for me, a way to get around is just being, is just always be like, positively thinking. And I think me playing sports has been a very critical aspect of that, because for me, I mean, that's a hack that's worked for me. I'll go play basketball, every time I'm a little stressed, or, I'll play soccer, whatever, like there's some game, because for me, what happens is otherwise, you're sitting down, you're constantly, when you're playing a sport, you're actually completely unwired of sorts, right? And I think it's also helped that a lot of people who are in Zerodha, the core team, I mean, we've all been friends for a very long time. So we know each other really, really well. Like Venu, who heads our ops, like a super critical thing. He's again like 7 years. He and Nikhil are same age, 7 years younger to me. And we were all living in the same apartment back in the 90s. So yeah, so I've known him for that long. So so that's kind of helped. But I think like one of the things that I see amongst founders, which if I can highlight, is not taking care of your health. In this whole rush of trying to build a business is counterintuitive, because you risk burning out. I know so many people, in this whole rush of trying to build a business fast and giving it all. I think, like I said earlier, I think to do more, you need to do less, because this is a marathon. This is not like a 100-meter dash that you burn out and then you can't do anything afterwards. So sleeping well, eating healthy, working out, having some hobbies. I love music. My son plays the drums, so I spend at least half an hour a day with him to unwind. So I think all of these are very important aspects. Which I mean, it's okay. You can give this whole 20-hour days. When you're for 1 year or something like that. But you can't really do it if you're doing it for 10, 15 years. And why is that belly? The fire in the belly even there after 11 years of Zerodha is because I think I've had a balance kind of a work-life thing, so I'm not like, even today feels like the first day of the business. I mean, if you ask anyone in the business, we all get up without being stressed, etc. And also, I think this lesser stress level is because we are not constantly chasing these targets. This whole putting a target and chasing it down is a very stressful thing. So versus saying, we're going to do our best, and whatever comes. So it's a different way of, it's a very stoic way of looking at life. But and I think that's really also been a very important part of the journey. The reason why the team sticks together, because there's no volatility. As in, I don't think we've ever had a fight, or there is so stuff like that has also helped quite a bit. And